Hello there. We're here to tell you that we have so much more to offer you now at our Mixed Tees store. Not just t-shirts and hoodies, but we do have plenty of those, and new designs for that matter. You can also get mugs, and of course our brand new limited Amber Turds stained blanket. That's right, just for your bed or wherever you need it. So head on over to Mixed Tees now and get all your apparel and goodies from Midnight's Edge.
Entertainment news today. You're such a dragon gay. Everything sucks and it's no good. That comes out of Hollywood. But there's one place you can go to get all your news and info, and maybe even have a laugh or two. You know it's true. Midnight's Edge after dark is life. We're stepping nerds and geeks, we will survive. From Star Wars to Jurassic Park, it's Midnight's Edge after dark. But MEAD never stops. We will keep going through the night as we keep up the culture fight. Midnight's Edge after dark is life. We stand for nerds and geeks, we will survive. From Star Wars to Jurassic Park, it's Midnight's Edge after dark.
Yeah, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, right?
Thursday.
Cheers. All day.
'Tis the season to be Thursday.
Still? Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. It is Thursday. I just checked. It is time for Midnight's Edge After Dark Live. Sorry we're a little late, but we're here. I don't know if we're queer, but we're definitely weird. We got Six here who rarely shows up, but we're glad to have her. How you doing?
I'm here all the time. Yeah, I'm doing great.
In the
I
chat
feel great.
usually, but not on the panel.
I took a solid nap today. I feel really good.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah.
See, but there is some interesting news. Even though Oscars are stupid, there was actually for once they're desperate. I think, but we're going to talk about that. I might be. Depends on your
25%.
definition. No, that's gay. We're off to a weird start already. Yeah.
Weird.
We also have Brian here. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing pretty well. Like Six, I had a solid one today, but it wasn't a nap.
Did you just say something about a six-pack?
I thought you was talking about turd.
Oh, I was thinking about sex.
Wow, that could be any more opposite.
Which one did you mean?
I heard
Brian?
the word. I had a solid one.
But, I mean, don't we all think about that all the time? Well, anyway, it's great to be here. Weird as it is, and it is weird. Tom, you're so straight that you're queer. That's what it is.
I wish I was queer so I could get chicks.
You have to leave the house.
It's a sneaky way of
Dig
befriending them.
guys that are queer guys that don't dig chicks, that don't dig guys like me. See, I'm not queer. I'm too ugly. But
You
if I
need to
was,
date
just
a
imagine
trans
how
man.
great it would be. That would probably help my image.
Best of both worlds.
That's what the name of the porno is too. In Clerks.
That's right.
Best of both worlds. Beautiful
That's
chicks
it.
with dicks that put mine to shame.
That's the one.
How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing pretty good. Happy to be here. Hello to our chat. Hello to our diabolical panel. I'm just ready to have a huge show with you guys. Let's go.
Looks like Action Com wears wedding rings to get chicks. Does that still work?
Not with me. That instantly friend zones a guy for me.
I would say a lot of chicks look for that, and that's an instant. Because actually, it's funny because I read this today. This is kind of funny. I don't know if it's a real true story or not, but it might as well be. It was like some confession by a chick where she's talking about how she's been interested in this guy forever. She keeps watching his hand to make sure he doesn't have a wedding ring or anything like that, and never seems to get the hint that she's flirting with him until one day she pays him a compliment about wearing a button-up t-shirt instead of or button-up shirt instead of a t-shirt, and I guess the guy started flirting, and the chick's like, "Is that all it takes? Is that like just to give a guy a compliment?" And it's like, you'd be surprised. Guys don't get compliments that often.
Not really.
No, especially from women. So, like, yes, that is a big deal to
compliments, us. They remember it like they remember like their first boner. It's just one of those things that really sticks out. Whereas a girl can hear a compliment and they'll forget about it. Like it's like forget about it as soon as you forgot the last TikTok video you watched.
You had to go make it fucking weird, didn't you, Nick?
Not
even 5 minutes in, and we're already. I mean, just had to straight up make it gay.
Hi, Polly.
Oh, Paulie, you're different. You're like a metro dude.
Paulie's the most heterosexual man in the universe.
Yeah, like you're so metro, you're almost gay. But somebody who probably is told that his skin is nice and soft like yarn is Price of Reason. How you doing?
I'm doing good. And yeah, I think that men, it's very simple with men. Like we have an ego, and if a woman comes along and speaks kind of nicely and says positive things, it really goes a long way.
Eddie Murphy was right. We're pretty stupid. Right? Yeah. We're easy to please, and we fall for the pussy trap so easy.
Yes.
And the biggest pussy trap is to not give you any at all. Remember? Okay, we don't have to do nothing.
Hold on, talk slower. I'm taking notes on all this stuff.
Oh shit! Just go watch Eddie Murphy Raw.
I have. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, look at me. See, I'm in my prime. They throwing pussy at me. I got pussy falling out my pocket. Oh, excuse me. That's my pussy. I dropped it. Sorry. Blade Dick sends in $20. Says that scene in Hunter movie where the car drives out of the parking garage into the Chicago River is one of the best. Hunter, which one am I thinking of?
Which Hunter is
that? The
oh yeah,
walking tall guy.
Is he?
I was trying to think. Yeah, like
is that a movie we did on Sunday that nobody saw?
Is it a Willem Dafoe one from 2011?
Also, did you call him Blade Dick?
No, he said Blade Nick.
I said Blade Nick.
Oh, okay.
I wish he
I heard
did.
Dick.
I wish.
No, he's Blade Nick, and he's got Kevin Costner from Tin Cup, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
Which one is that? You'll have to let us know, Blade. I'm not sure. The Hunter.
Did he mean Ferris Bueller? Because Ferris Bueller
Steve McQueen one? That's what I was thinking too. Was a Steve McQueen one? Yeah, the 1980 film.
There's been
where
so
he's
many movies called Hunter.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or did he mean Craven the Hunter?
Craven the Hunter, yeah.
Or does he mean that one? Yeah. Well, the one with McQueen was one of his latter films where he was a bounty hunter. It's a pretty good one. And if that's the one you're talking about, then yeah, I think you're right. I think I know the one you're talking. I was gonna say I've seen it years ago. Yeah.
Andy screaming Steve McQueen.
I'm thinking that's what he was. That's the one I was thinking, but I couldn't remember who the star was. Yeah. 1980.
1980. Yeah. There's so many movies called Hunter.
That's the one I thought of right away. He says Steve McQueen. Yeah, okay. That's the one I thought of right away. In fact, I just saw that a couple years back for the first time. Yeah. McQueen always did some good stunt work. Well, speaking of stunts, and I'm sure that's why he brought it up. Go ahead.
There was a TV series called Hunter with Fred, can't remember his last name.
Fred Savage?
Fred Dreyer. That was his name.
Savage.
No, he was
That was Pussy Hunter with Fred Savage.
No, I remember
accusations.
It had a pretty cool opening because you see this kind of gun. He was like he had a big gun. He was like fighting crime.
I remember the image of that.
When was that show on?
He says the scene in Hunter where the car drives out of the parking garage in Chicago River is one of the best. And I'm sure he's talking about Stunts, which is what we're about to get into.
That
Yeah,
was a
that's the
cunning.
thing.
That was a cunning stunt. That's true.
Let's see. I might even be able to bring that up.
We'll wait.
I know you will.
Well, we're waiting.
Well, we're waiting. You'll get nothing and you'll like it. $5 says he eats the booger.
Meanwhile,
All right, I got the clip here now. We can just get to the last part here.
Skip the commercial.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This is pretty nuts.
Big ball.
Can we see? Oh,
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm gonna
Okay.
back it up just a schmear.
whoa!
Now that's a stunt. There you go, kids. I don't even see a cable on that one. They just sent that bitch flying.
it's probably still in the river. That car.
That's pretty cool.
It might just be because they didn't
that's
even
cool.
have a cable on that one.
It wasn't the fall that killed the driver. It was the sewage in the river.
Yeah, they got dysentery later.
That's right. They got dysentery immediately.
Just thank you for that, Blade Nick. That's awesome. Thank you. And then Grand Admiral Adam, it's his birthday today.
Uh-oh. Merry birth, miss.
All right. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm here to sing you a birthday song. See that? What I did there? Okay. I got the lyrics right here. Fresh lyrics. Brand new. Alfred printed them off for me. Warning, do not use oral. Wait, this is the wrong thing.
Do not take orally.
Do not use orally.
This is for
Yeah, that's a
upper butt
warning
only.
for my hemorrhoid medicine. Happy birthday, Grand Admiral Adam. He is older than Tom, which means you're older than Dirt. Dirt is younger than you. That's sad. Anyway, I'm off to fight crime, and I got to use the bathroom first and do this hemorrhoid medicine thing.
Wash your hands.
Yeah.
How long
He
does it
sits a
take
lot
for
in the
Batman to use
Batmobile,
a
I guess.
bathroom?
I mean, what was that? Sorry, Nick.
How long does it take for Batman to use a bathroom? Like all the shit that's got to come undone.
He's got to have a device in there, some kind of gadget. Come on.
Does Batman wear a onesie?
Well,
Or does he
let's
have like a
just-
waistband?
There's been variations
Let's
where
ask
it's
him.
mostly a onesie. That's Bat Tom.
That Tom needs 2 waistbands.
Well, that's a sensitive subject. At first, I thought clearly Alfred would think to put some kind of contraption in to handle my fluid and waste. And, yeah, after about 4 times, I realized he didn't.
Is it
And,
recycled? Does the suit recycle it?
No, it's not like that. In fact, it stank bad. We had to make a new suit. And I said to him, I'm like, you need to put in a toilet. And he's like, I'll put in a zipper, sir.
So things are pretty dank in the Batcave.
There's a reason why I have lots and lots of suits. Okay.
So is it true, Bat Tom, when you fight crime in a rubber outfit, it really does seal in the flavor?
Absolutely. God. And the ladies love it. Right.
No, they do not.
Gotta go. All right, let's get on to this stunt news, because this was something we've talked about for a long time here. I think a lot of people have agreed that we need a stunt Oscar. In fact, it's funny that they finally get a stunt Oscar when a lot of stunts now are done with CGI and or some use of CGI. But
they're only 120 years too late.
exactly, like some of the best stunts. And in fact, if I was them, I would give a retroactive stunt award every year too, like you give a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
I would give like an old stunt or an old movie a stunt award, or somebody who worked in the industry an award.
I think that they did that. I thought that I read when I was reading through these articles about this announcement. I thought that I read that somebody had gotten some kind of, like back in the 60s,
I think somebody did at least once or twice get acknowledged, but I mean, they need an actual category, is what I mean. But
Oh yeah, veteran stuntman Yakima Canute also received an honorary Oscar in 1967.
See, back then, at least they gave a shit. The Board of Governors of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announced today creation of an annual competitive Academy Award for Achievement in Stunt Design, beginning with the 100th Academy Awards in 2028 for films released in 2027. Director and producer David Leitch of The Fall Guy, Bullet Train, and Deadpool 2 led the initiative on behalf of the stunt community to institute the official Oscar category. Well, he probably should have, considering he's killed at least one. And I'm not even kidding. That's true. On Deadpool 2. Leitch started as a stunt performer and coordinator. That's even worse considering somebody died during Deadpool 2. Before making the leap to directing, as well as founding his 87th Productions banner with Kelly McCormick Leitch and stunt coordinator and designer Chris O'Hara of Stunts Unlimited and others made several presentations to the Academy, leading to the Board of Governors approving the new awards category today. Since the early days of cinema, stunt design has been an integral part of filmmaking, said Academy CEO Bill Kramer and the Academy President Janet Yang. We are proud to honor the innovative work of these technical and creative artists, and we congratulate them for their commitment and dedication in reaching this momentous occasion. Only like 100 years too late, as Brian pointed out. In a statement from Leitch, he says, stunts are essential to every genre of film and are rooted deep in our industry's history. From the groundbreaking work of early pioneers like Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, and Charlie Chaplin, the inspiring artistry of today's stunt designers, coordinators, performers, and choreographers. He went on to say, this has been a long journey for so many of us. Chris O'Hara and I have spent years working to bring this moment to life, standing on the shoulders of stunt professionals who've fought tirelessly for recognition over the decades. We are incredibly grateful. Thank you, Academy. Chad Stahelski of the John Wick franchise said it's humbling, and we feel very honored to be honored where some of the best in the industry go. He went on to say, I think it's much more of an achievement. You're talking over 100 years of stunt performers. The department has been around since the very inception of film. It's very nice to see that the Academy has really heard the voices of the stunt committee. And not only did they come back with an award, I think they did a real interesting thing with giving Stunt Design Award as opposed to an individual performer, because our department is one of the most collaborative and intricate of all departments. And that's kind of a thing, like, I know the only resistance that has ever come from the stunt community when it came to getting an award is some stunt men don't want to be singled out, because sometimes they don't want to be known that they're the ones doing this. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird
thing. Always been anonymous, pretty anonymous.
Yeah, I think, yeah. So, like, that was always like one thing from their side that was like that way, but I see what they're saying here. This makes more sense to just do an entire, which makes sense. Like, it's more than just one person who does a stunt, right? It takes an entire team to do it. So that's a good idea. Category rules for eligibility and voting. Our inaugural award will be announced in 2027 with the complete 100th Academy Award rules. Specifics of the awards presentation will be determined by the Academy Board of Governors and executive leadership for a future date. I suppose it'll just be like, if you're a stunt person, you'll be able to vote and all that kind of business. And yeah, so I don't know if there was anything else, unless you knew of 6 that was in here that was of any real interest or need to get into.
Well, do you have to be a member of the Academy in order to win?
Not to win, but to vote, you do.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's the
because
thing.
Because there's about 100 stunt performers or professionals that are members of the production and technology branch.
Okay,
of
yeah.
the
So that's for
Academy.
other parts of it. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
So no, like, and that they can just, and that is just for those specific sections. I'd imagine they'll have an open enrollment thing for the stunt people, or they'll just go through the guild or whatever.
No, they'll make them throw themselves out of a 400-foot building on fire.
Whichever one survives wins.
That's right.
So let's get you guys' thoughts on this price. Do you think this is long overdue? What do you think of this? Is this a stunt to try and get people to watch the Academy Awards?
I mean, I think that it's fair enough. It's an important part of filmmaking, and a lot of times they award so much crap and so many people doing, like, I'm not trying to be mean, but even their like the short film and all this kind of stuff, where like some of these things are just dumb that they even award. Sorry, I'm not trying to. Maybe somebody did a short film that was good, but you know what I'm trying to say. They give out so many awards. They may as well also give stunt people.
Right.
If somebody's gonna get an award for like designing some dress, then some guy like like you showed in that clip driving like some car. I don't know if there was a guy in there,
River,
but
yeah,
but you know what I'm trying to say. Like even if it's not that one, if it's some guy that's putting his life at risk, he deserves some kind of recognition as well. So it's only fair based on the awards that they give that they also give an award for this. It's not the type of things that really interest me very much. I don't really care about it, but I don't care about who designed some dress either. So fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, do you think this is partially kind of like the Academy? Like I was kind of joking there for a minute. Do you think this is kind of like the Academy saying we need to add something? This is like one step of many they're probably going to do to add.
Maybe they'll do that.
The Academy.
They tried a number of years ago to add that thing where it's like the most popular movie or whatever it is, and then I think that they removed it. They're really annoying, the Oscars, because on the one hand they alienate everybody. They're so pompous. They nominate the crappiest movies most of the time, or at least give awards to the crappiest ones. There's so much. It's become such a kind of disconnected from real moviegoers that go to movies. It was always a bit pretentious and pompous, but I feel like they've crossed over into some other realm where we're like the ultimate like pretentiousness and pompousness, and it's just really annoying at this point. So maybe this is kind of showing that they're trying to lure viewers back, but I don't know. I think that the issue that they have is much bigger than this.
I agree with you.
Keep
your shit up,
movie,
Mike.
Tom, have you ever seen that movie?
No,
That's
not yet.
it's a
Because every time
movie.
Mikey pisses me off, I tell him I'm not going to watch it again even longer.
I can't believe you've never seen that, Tom.
I've
That's
got
terrible.
it now. I'm just sitting on it just to piss Mikey off. But anyhow, no, I think you're right. And that thing you're talking about, the most popular movie, yeah, they quit doing that because Snyder Bros hacked it.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember. They said it's like the best movie ever made, or
the
something.
Justice League director's cut. Yeah, and I think who was it? What's his name? Ezra Miller won as well for best star.
Wow, did he really?
Yes.
Wow, that sure didn't age well.
No.
I knew like that guy was not. I didn't think he was gonna be as bad as he turned out to be. I just remember seeing this guy and thinking, this guy looks like a fucking fruitcake. Why is he playing
Nick,
Flash?
I gotta ask. I mean, since stunts are going to be getting Oscars now, does that make too many movies too bougie for Toxic Tuesdays? Are they too elevated now? Is it beyond Toxic Tuesday? I don't know.
No, it's not, because some of them have needed their due for a long time. It's honestly, it's tragic that it's not happened any sooner. No, I'm not one who really I've made very clear show like the award shows. That's never been my forte of paying attention. If I happen to like something that they happen to nominate, if not give the award to, hey, whatever, coincidence does happen. But that's as far as stuntman, that's probably the one award that I'm actually like, I can actually say, okay, that's cool. What's up? Fuck yeah, bro. So yeah. And then I go, piss off and back stupid award shows. But other than that, that's a good award. That's a really, really good award because it should have happened a long time ago.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd have too much to say about this, but I figured if anything that I have to bring in that. But go ahead, Brian.
I actually think it makes the movie more toxic if it's won an Oscar for your show.
Do explain.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Well, no, if it's got an Oscar, how much more toxic can that be for Toxic Tuesday? I mean, how mainstream is that?
A modern Oscar, you got a point.
It's the very definition of toxicity. Then it's a reverse effect, I think. Toxicity.
I mean, outside of the Godfather films, has there been a ton of Oscar winning films?
Well, indeed, because the kind of movies we do in Toxic Tuesday don't normally get a look in at the
unless
Oscars.
they're like a Scorsese or something like that.
Well, we did do Goodfellas way back in the
I was
day.
gonna say Goodfellas is the only one I could think of, but yeah. But I don't even
Goodfellas
did that
has
even win though?
toxicity in it.
I think that
Did
won
it
Best
win?
Picture. I don't
Can't
remember.
remember.
Yeah.
But I think Price had a great point. I think this is the Oscars attempting to get some kind of movies that might be seen as popular in the ceremony. Because it would be something that's more action oriented, or at least feature any kind of movie that features large scale stunts or stunt action like Mission Impossibles or whatever. Don't normally get much of a look in at the Oscars, so it could be their attempt to say, oh, look, we've got popular movies in here too, as opposed to obscure foreign movies about weird shit. So, I've been living under the illusion that they had this in the technical Oscars already. So, clearly I haven't been paying attention. But, I mean, it's great, but then I haven't watched the Oscars in years, so, meh.
Well,
Nah. And will they include all the great action movies from the East that I like? Martial arts and action movies.
that's what happens. I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, but that's
No
where all the
offense
great
to those
stuff's
movies. It's
happening.
nothing about those movies, but I'm already pissed enough that Parasite won Best Picture that year. I'm
Well,
like, what the fuck is this?
Wasn't many stunts in that though.
No, but I mean, let's keep the foreign awards in the foreign categories,
Yeah,
kids.
but if it was me, like Twilight of the Warriors could have been won it.
If it's an
Although I guess
American-made film, that's different.
Oh, okay.
Or
Anyway.
at least a co-production anyway. Sorry.
No, anyway, I see what you're saying, but I mean, does martial arts action count as stunts? It does. It's stunts.
It does.
Yeah, so
if
there
it's
you
in a
go.
Quentin Tarantino movie, it surely does.
It's not just cars driving out of windows. So,
No.
but yeah,
So,
I mean,
yeah.
who cares about the Oscars ultimately? At the end
Not
of the day.
really. But Six, you read into this a little bit. What's your feelings on this?
Well, who gets to take home the statue?
Probably
is it the
head of
choreographer? Is it the performer? Is it the designer? Is it the coordinator?
Well, my
Is it-
understanding is that their stunt department's just like any special effects department or any other kind of crew that's in a deal like that, to where whoever would probably own the stunt company would probably take it home.
And is it going to be like a specific stunt in a specific movie, or all the stunts for the movie?
That's a good question. I
is
don't
it
know.
just, and it's in 2027 is the first one?
Yeah.
So which female action hero from Avengers
Jennifer
Doomsday
Lawrence.
stunt double is going to get it? Because it'll probably go to a woman the first time, so they can say, oh my God, we're stunning and brave. So
Yeah, I don't know. Those are all great questions that I don't think the answer here, or you would have known already.
yeah, I don't on one hand, I don't give a fuck about the Oscars. On the other hand, I'm definitely going to watch this because, like y'all have said, stunts have been underappreciated or under-recognized, I should say. So I'm excited to see it. And I think somebody sent a super chat about, where is it? Hold on. Nikki D for $5 says, with this new category, Tom Cruise will finally win an Oscar.
Well,
That's exactly what I was thinking. Although Mission Impossible, that comes out this year, so that won't be.
No, not for the next.
eligible.
Yeah. No, and we got Mo Zamboni joining us as well. How you doing, Mo? Hello.
Oops, sorry.
Mo.
Hello.
There he
Mo.
is. Mo.
Just a mo.
I'll work a mo play, make me a mo. Mo.
Yeah.
Mo.
So Six, did you have anything more to add about the stunt work?
Nope.
All right. Well, since we got Mo in here now, what do you say about this business? Have you been listening? Are you up to speed on it?
Yeah.
I see you sent
No,
in a super chat here. It said Mo Zamboni for $2. 70s is out of line, but he's got a point.
Yes,
You're
if it involves the
out of
Oscars,
line.
it is toxic. So I think he did have a point. But no, it's sad that it has not been recognized. All the people that have literally given life and limb to give us enjoyment and sell some of the movies that we watch. I don't think they get nearly enough attention. But I also understand they're like certain, like people like
you have long snappers in football. Not to go too deep into sports ball, but they basically say the only way people know our name is if something goes wrong. So they kind of want to be in the background. So I can kind of see both sides of the coin. But I think they definitely need, like, whether it's stunt coordination or stunt people in general, the stunts need to be they need to have attention, because it's one of the most dangerous arts, if not the most dangerous art in movie making. So
it is pretty dangerous, except for when you're working with Alec Baldwin, because it's more dangerous to be a cinematographer then.
Very true. I work with this finger a lot, so I know it's very dangerous.
Trigger finger.
Yes,
that sounded really gay.
I said what I said.
Yeah, no, I agree with you guys, and I like to answer your question, Six. I wish I knew more of the answer, but I think it'll probably be more specifically for a stunt team, probably around a specific stunt, maybe, or the film altogether. But usually, it's the same team that works on an entire film. So,
well, because wasn't there that drama with the makeup artist over this past this year's Oscars, who somebody had to leave the movie set because she was pregnant or something, and so the Oscar nomination went to someone who didn't do. Is this ringing a bell with anybody, or is this just me?
Not offhand, but I kind of see where it's going, and I think that's something for the guild and the film themselves to decide. Yeah. So, because
that's just because the person taking the risk, but the person designing it as well, I don't know. I think everybody should get recognized.
Well, that's why I think it'll go. An award will go to the whole stunt team. I mean, when they have like multiple members, they usually give out a few different awards depending on who's listed as for the award.
Yeah, but the name of the award is Achievement in Stunt Design.
Yeah,
that's specifically what it's called. So it's not even really Achievement in Stunt Performance. So it's probably going to be the choreographer.
Well, yeah, so it's kind of whoever's the team leader, right? And the team itself, and whatever specific stunt. So like when you design a stunt for for Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible films. Okay, well you start with, what is the idea? Well, the story necessitates that he's going to be on a plane. Okay, well he gets kicked out of the plane, but yet his strap from his belt gets caught on the edge of the thing, so he's hanging off the thing. Well, you need a plane, you need a guy to strap on. And you got to fly the plane who knows how to do this kind of stuff. And so, have a whole team that designs the whole stunt from beginning to end, almost like a storyboard of ways, where they figure out all the safety precautions that have to be taken and all that kind of business. And they test it out a few times to make sure there's no kinks in it. And that can be probably pretty nerve-wracking, I'm assuring, for those guys. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys are professionals and they do this kind of work all the time. And that's it. It's just about time. They're no different than any other special effects crew, makeup crew, hair crew.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how they'll implement some stunts into the whole Oscars evening.
It might help.
Broadcast.
I mean, that's kind of why I was asking. I kind of feel like this is kind of part of them going, yeah, we need to shake things up a little bit. We need to appeal more to the masses again. We've lost the general audience.
The audience likes fire and explosions. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I see this as a positive, but I wonder if it's more of a gimmick or if it'll actually be utilized well.
That, once again, for someone who doesn't give a rat's ass about those type of awards, that's been my one position where I'm like, if anyone should be getting it, it's them, because, well, if you watch Toxic Tuesday, there's been some Kung Fu being covered on the show quite a bit of times. We've covered our Jackie Chan, our Jet Li's, our Bruce Lee's, and we. And what? When I hear about this award, I look to my left. I think I saw a wild Jackie Chan emerge from the bushes. They said, "You said awards?" I was like, "Yes, come out and get some awards."
Whoa.
You get some award, and I'll have
Jackie Chan was kung fu fighting.
Was it a little bit frightening?
It was. Jet Li was a little bit frightening. Accident Seller sends in 20 Norwegian krona, says, I'm 49. I look 39. I feel 29. Life's complicated. underrated.
Nice.
Well, I wish I could say that. I am almost 45. I look 56. And depending on the time of the day you ask, I either feel like I'm 10 or I'm a child or I'm a babbling fool or I can't seem to do anything right. I feel like a toddler constantly. A drunk toddler at that. Action Com sends in 5 and says, I would call this Oscar the Dar Robinson. He set the standard for modern stuntman. And I think you sent me some clips as well. He goes, in THX 1138, a stuntman got caught between a crashing motorcycle and a car. The stuntman was all right. It said that even if he had died, as long as they got the shot, it was all for nothing. Yeah, I know a lot of these stuntmen, they've said that so many times where, like, if I die, they better use the footage. Or if I get paralyzed, they better use the footage. Like, it means something to them. So, like, I was just watching about How the West Was Won. And there was a stuntman who was really hurt on that movie. He was still alive up until I think a few years ago, but like he like half his face was all fucked up and everything like that. But like, yeah, he still said that he was proud of the stunt work he did. You know, he'd never change it for anything. So, but yeah, but
We should do that on the Sunday night tier list. Top movies that where someone almost died.
Maybe best stunts of all time, perhaps, or something. Maybe you can find a list to go off of. I know this week we're doing SNL.
That could take a long. That's gonna be a long episode.
Well, we'd have to curate like a list of like 10.
That's like us doing our own version of EFAP.
We'd have to do like a curated list of 10, so we'd have to start from a list somewhere.
10.
Yeah, well,
it would be shitty.
We already had the first part right there. We couldn't just come down to 10.
I want to respond. I want to respond to Nikki D. It would be shitty if they gave him.
Well, let's read it first. Nikki D says, with this category, Tom Cruise will finally win an Oscar. Go ahead.
I'm saying that would be kind of shitty. Like they could have given him something in the past, and like if at the end they give him for the stunt.
He's been nominated.
I know. I think.
Did he get nominated for Les Grossman?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I would have given him
and Robert Downey did, but I could be wrong.
I think that he was good in Rain Man. He was good probably in Color of Money.
He got nominated for both of those, yep.
I would have given him maybe a Few Good Men. I think that may be like his best performance.
I'm pretty sure he was nominated for that too, if I'm not mistaken.
Almost like A Few Good Men, wouldn't you, Tom?
Collateral.
I would love A Few Great Men.
I like A Few Huge Men.
Of course, you're all about the size and the girth. Sorry, Mo, it gets pretty gay around.
No, that's it.
He's right. Oh, this is right in my line of work. This is my Monday afternoon.
My man, the first part of my name is Mo, so I'm already halfway there.
And Zambone.
So I didn't know if you want me to show these Action Com, but I think you sent these to me. The Burt Reynolds thing and Dar Robinson jumped out of a thing here. So yeah, I think that's what you were hinting at. So let's get to this one here first. If I can get through the stupid ad, because you know how those are. All right. So here we go. This is where he sent it to me at this spot.
With a small wire hooked to me.
All right. Ready, to go. You ready?
Off the tower.
You ready?
Oh, I've been in there.
Set.
I wouldn't do that. No. Wow, no, thank you. No.
It's at that moment the guy up top realized that the wire was 20 feet too long.
It was at that moment that he knew he had fucked up.
That's scary.
Yeah, I've been in there. That's one of the ones with the glass floor you can stand on. I'll look down.
Here's Burt Reynolds. The original ending to stick, I guess.
Pedo. Why don't you push real hard?
Yeah, it's not his best stash.
You might hit the water.
You needed a better stunt stash for that one.
So is this the stunt that they were doing that for? Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Action Com. Appreciate that.
He was
That's
Hans
awesome.
Gruber before Hans Gruber.
He was.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow. Hot dog.
Are we playing through to everybody or?
What?
I
What?
think we are.
Okay,
Or
Yeah.
because
not.
somebody sent me back a thing saying they're having issues, like an error occurred, so it must just be them on their end.
It's
I've
not
got
me.
the
okay.
stream up. It's
You.
fine.
Okay, just making sure. The way YouTube's been lately, you never know.
It has been a
True.
bit funny.
YouTube is bipolar, bro.
So, I don't know if anybody here's seen the Minecraft movie or not.
Nope.
Six
Ooh.
sent
No.
this in here, and I've seen this as dude. I mean, come on. We were talking about this the other morning on the show, or yesterday morning on the show, I should say. We said we were kind of encouraging about this thing. It's like, look, let people have fun, and people who are having fun, don't be fucking retards. Bringing a chicken to the fucking movie Minecraft is being fucking retarded. Don't do that.
I'm sure there's lots of towns and various rural places where that happens all the time. They bring the livestock.
That's
bring-
your date. That doesn't count.
Did you press play?
I'm about to.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I must admit,
So
I
you
still,
hold that chicken the entire fucking time.
I
huh?
still have no idea what this is all about.
And then the lights come
'Cause I've
on.
never played
They knew
Minecraft.
it. They were prepared for it.
Hmm.
Look, guys, don't do this stupid shit. See, that's the thing. Is that it isn't even kids. It's just fucking teenagers being fucking rowdy and stupid. Why do teenagers got to fuck everything up for
I
everybody?
think it's because it's the first time they've had an excuse to be like that. They've been so suppressed for so long. Maybe. I don't know.
You know what? Hippies were mostly teenagers.
That's true, man.
Well,
yeah, you see
that's
what
what
we're
you
missing
say,
here
man.
is a perfect opportunity to bring back drive-through theaters. You could do that all you want. Bring all the chickens you want, throw all the popcorn, just go, chicken jockey
in your
No.
car.
in your car. Yes.
What's next? Where they have like ritual sacrificing of the chicken or what?
No, don't put that out there.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
Poor
You
chicken.
can't have him
Leave
sacrifice
the
that
animals
chicken.
I did not
People be
have sexual
throwing up and
relations with
shit.
that chicken.
Here you go, Serrano. One whole chicken. Sorry.
Kiss my butt, Joe Boo.
The fact that so they put the lights up in that theater though, so they must have been.
Oh, they were waiting for it. You
They
could
were,
tell.
yeah,
There
they
was
were
a
ready.
level of pre-planning there. Yes.
So yeah, I don't blame the theaters for being on. And like I said, if people are throwing soda and things that could damage the screen, that's fucking stupid. Those screens are not cheap, guys. Don't be dumb. But anyway, this came across, and this is about the only other thing I could see to kind of discuss. How much more time you got, Price? I know you had to leave it. You got about a half hour yet?
I gotta go in 5 minutes.
You got 5 minutes, though. Okay.
I got all night.
So James
That's what she
Cameron's
said.
proposing to cut the
Right.
whole
Oh.
staff. He's cutting them in half, like each person. He's cutting them in half.
Well, Mr. AI himself says blockbuster movies can only survive if we cut the cost in half. He's not wrong about
He's
that.
not wrong.
Says exploring how AI can help without laying off the staff. I don't see how you can use AI and somebody's not going to lose their job.
Not only that, isn't it strange that he's the one saying this? He's the one that's
No,
been
anymore.
overspending on every movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's that, but it's the AI part that I guess doesn't surprise me. I mean, sorry.
And by the way, I was on mute accidentally, and I want to tell you I'm here until for like another half hour.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we only got 5 more minutes with Brian, so just yell at me if you got to run. James Cameron says blockbuster movies can only survive if we use AI. He appeared on Boz to the Future podcast and said future blockbuster filmmaking hinges on being able to cut cost of VFX in half. So how are you still going to not lose jobs? And the Oscar winner is trying to figure out how AI might help bring costs down without replacing crew members. Oh, crew members. Yeah, that's it. You're not going to... What has that got to do with anything?
Why not just spend half as much on your VFX?
Yeah. Cameron announced in September 2024 that he was joining a board of directors for Stability AI, the company behind the text-to-image model Stable Diffusion. No wonder his movie's been looking like shit. That must be who he's using. In the old days, I would have founded a company to figure it out. I've learned maybe that's not the best way to do it, so I thought, all right, I'll join a board of a good competitive company that has a good track record, Cameron said of joining the board. My goal was not necessarily to make shit pile of money. The goal was to understand the space, to understand what's on the minds of the developers, what are they targeting, what's their development cycle, how much resources you have to throw at it to create a new model that does a purpose-built thing. And my goal was to try and integrate it into a VFX workflow. Blah.
So just before I do have to dash, Tom, I would say to James Cameron, why don't you just type in, give me 2 hours of blue people doing boring shit? And there you go. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Yeah, I do have to dash, but we'll see. But yeah, he's one of the main offenders, as Bryce was saying. It's
indeed. So check out 70s Rock Fan. He is.
How is he a hypocrite? What's he an offender of?
Spending inordinate amounts of money on his most recent movies.
He didn't take money from you.
Well, he didn't get any money from me on those ones.
But the thing is, he's like, wow, like Hollywood has been spending too much on movies, and he's the #1 spender. It's kind of hypocritical, yes.
But is he earning it back? Is he making bank at the box office?
Probably.
Yes. He
probably is.
But guys like Ridley Scott who have said the same thing do not.
I don't disagree with him. I'm just thinking, well, you are spending.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, he's right, but I think he's going at about it the wrong way. But anyway, go ahead and plug your stuff, Brian, and we'll get back into this.
Later on this evening, I will be on Admiral Teague's channel as a guest, which could result in mayhem. But there will certainly be some music chat, though. So what else? Who knows? So you can see me over there, and then I'll be around other places, I'm sure. So
just so you know that when Brian says that, he might show his balls.
All 3 of them, yes.
Fingers crossed.
Three of them. I mean, they're very heavy, though. That's the problem.
Have you ever seen a man with 2 penises?
Oh my God!
Not since yesterday, no.
I have.
Lucky devil.
Not since yesterday. It was the best response. Wow.
Hi, Brian.
Were they both functional?
Now we know what Brian's daily day is like.
Not at the same time, no.
That's a curse, then.
What comes up must come down.
Okay, my wife's looking at me strangely now.
Take care. Yes. All right. So anyhow, he goes, and that's just hypothetical. He continued, if we want to continue to see the kind of movies I've always loved and that I liked to make and that I will go to see, Dune Part 2, or one of my films or big effects heavy CG heavy films, we've got to figure out how to cut the cost of that in half. Now that's not about laying off half of the staff and the effects company. Well, that's basically what's going to happen, you moron. That's about doubling their speed and competition on a given shot. So your cadence is faster and your throughput cycle is faster, and artists get to move on and do other cool things, and then other cool things, right? That's my sort of vision for that. Okay, so I get what you're saying, and in practice, some of that might work. Yes, they'll get more work done faster, but at the end of the day, what happens when a company becomes more efficient?
People lose their jobs.
People start losing their job because they become useless.
Kind of like what's going on. Well, the government is becoming more efficient. People are losing their jobs.
Yeah, because you cut costs, you cut fat, you cut things that aren't needed. If you find a way to do something easier where you can cut 3 or 4 middlemen out of the equation, you're going to cut out those 3 or 4 middlemen. It just makes no sense to hang on to them. And what are you going to do? Have them mop up? Like, what the fuck?
I think we there's that's all true and dandy, Tom. But also the truth is, there's a lot of jobs there that never needed to exist in the first place. I feel like that's the key thing that a lot of people have still not really landed on. Like, I'd make the argument there is more use for our grocery store workers than there is for half our government jobs that never need to exist in the first place. So, yeah, a lot of these government jobs, the same government that wanted you all to be unemployed to their bullshit mandates, no sympathy.
Here's the other thing that's kind of funny about this thing he gets into. Okay. Goes, I don't know anyone who's even thinking about having AI write a screenplay. Are you serious right now, James?
I know 100 people.
I was going to say, where the fuck have you been? That was what half of the fucking writing strike was about.
I just made one an hour ago. I just submitted it.
I can do it right now. He goes, let's wait 20 years, and if AI wins the Oscar for best screenplay, I think we've got to take them seriously, he added at the time. Well, I think we should take it seriously now. And then he goes into this next part. He goes, in his latest interview, Cameron also said generative AI users should be discouraged from feeding prompts into the software such as in the style of James Cameron or in the style of Zack Snyder. Dude, motherfucker, that's what they are there for.
If I wanted to make something in the style of Zack Snyder, I would just go to Grok, upload a pile of shit, and say, make a script that is this.
No, but let's be fucking real. Like, what the fuck? It's an instant meme maker. I mean, like, this guy is such an idiot. The first thing people are going to do, and this is what I've been warning people about forever, is people are going to start going like, some guy is going to turn around and remake the entire Star Wars sequel trilogy better in AI with Luke, Leia, and Han and everything. And studios are going to freak the fuck out. Sooner or later, the next step is going to be, I want to be in the Terminator. Cast me as Reese. So you'll be able to sit down and watch the Terminator film where you play Reese.
That's pretty cool, actually.
And it's getting to that point because I just got the MLB 25, the show. Guess what? I play as myself in the game. I didn't just make the character. I literally took a picture of myself, and I am myself in the fucking video game.
Mm-hmm.
Does it really look like you?
It does.
Isn't that kind of self-masturbatory?
Cameron Hollywood.
It is
really
very self-masturbatory, 6, and I am the greatest fucking baseball player ever lived. I have broken every fucking record known to man. And I just got the game. Like a month ago. So yeah, we are on the cusp of this shit. This motherfucker needs to wake up. Like, dude, you were the one warning us about this 40 years ago. Right? And you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Yeah, the cat told you.
That was perfect.
Yeah, the cat
Let her
says,
cook.
motherfucker.
Let's go, cat.
No, but here's the thing about AI, and I actually by trade I'm a graphic designer, and AI is well. I go ahead, Kitty. Go ahead, please.
Kitty's more important.
Yes, Kitty is more important indeed. No, but it's what it does is it cleans up the menial tasks that you generally would take you quite a while, like to remove something from like say you wanted to remove a logo off a shirt, or you wanted to remove something from a background. What used to take you a while and you had to have skilled labor to do it, you had to be good to make that, to sell that. Now you can literally do it in 10 seconds and it helps move the workload forward. So you're going to, by nature, having things be easier like that, you're going to need less crew members because that's just how it is. Because you're now making you're having more efficient man hours in working on this stuff, whether it be graphic design, whether it be post production, video production. It's going to free up time for talented people to actually focus on something. So as Nick said, it's going to, there's going to be people that don't need to be there, and the best of the best, hopefully, who knows in today's world, but they should rise to the top, and the ones that aren't as good are going to have a little more trouble finding a job, which, hey, it stinks, but that's just the way of the world.
Yeah, it is the way of the world. And, if they actually want to get their ship turned around, they need to actually hire people of talent. They need to actually do the thing that they don't want to do. It's hard. So they can either choose to not compete against AI and go absolutely relevant, or choose to compete with their best foot forward and say, all right, we need to cut the shit and we need to hire the best talent possible so we can compete against it. If they don't compete against it, they will lose not only the jobs that didn't need to be there, but they might sadly even lose some of the jobs that actually do need to be there because they don't want to actually truly compete. If you want to compete, you got to take risks. If you want to compete and you want to win, you have to go all in. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. Not this, we have to play as safe as possible. We can't take chances. No, take fucking chances. It's about time you see what it's like when you actually, see what it's like to, you know, be on the edge and realize, oh crud, no, we actually have to really apply ourselves to this and not half-ass this, not just this whole like, this is the status quo we need to maintain. No, your status quo is over. You got to sink or swim. So if you're smart, you'll actually learn to swim now.
Yeah.
Well,
And sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what's sad is this could be a great tool for independent filmmakers, but I just am curious how the studios are gonna abuse it. But go ahead, Mo. Sorry.
They're going to demonize anyone who uses it. That's what they're going to do. They're going to demonize anyone before Mo kicks in. They're going to demonize anyone who uses it, and they're going to try to delegitimize them because they're doing the thing that makes them look irrelevant. Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, no, it's and I see people in the chat, and they're right. That people are going to lose jobs. There's going to be, but this has been the same in every single field, especially Hollywood. I remember when Attack of the Clones came out, people were pissing and moaning that George Lucas was changing to digital film, and you know he was like, "I'm going to mix it in."
I still am.
But yeah, I agree, because you need to have exactly, because film costs money. So
I know,
that's so it you know, when you have unlimited film essentially. But yeah, people were mad about that because like, what if we lose? And people were right. You know, it lose some of its luster or lack of luster, as the case may be with the grain and stuff like that, the natural qualities of film. But it's the progression of the profession. You're basically, you know, these tools come about, whether it be CGI, whether it be practical effects, whether it be blue screen, whether it be, look at the almost 100-year-old film Metropolis. You know, it's just like things are always going to move forward. And once somebody kind of establishes the fact that you can do it competently, it's going to be implemented, because if you don't implement it, you're either going to lose in time, or you're going to lose in quality, or you're going to lose in both. And if you don't do that, then you know you're going to get left behind. And that's the long and short of it. You know, whether you like it or not, AI is the future. It's just, okay, yeah, I agree with James's spirit of his conversation. What happens, you know, to the staff? Well, it's just like it's like with anything else. It's going to get cut down, and it's just how it is. There might be something else that rises up, but it's, you know, that's a complex conversation right there. You can't artificially, for lack of a better term, suppress artificial intelligence. It's just not going to happen.
Well, and they're already using it in this sense. I don't know if you guys saw this. The Sphere in Las Vegas will be showing the original 1939 classic Wizard of Oz reimagined with AI filling in spots that are not there, and characters and stuff that aren't on screen.
I thought that they would start doing this with those kind of non-widescreen old shows.
The step to that, I bet. Price, you're not wrong.
And then, like, you know, there's a part of me that I know it's terrible, but when I watch Quantum Leap, I do kind of get annoyed that it's not widescreen. Although I don't know what their AI is going to look like. It's hard to say that it's going to. There's an ethical problem with it. But on the other hand, I would like to see it widescreen, so I don't know how to feel about it. Same with Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah. It all depends on what it does to fill it in. So, like, here's the thing. Quantum Leap, there might be enough information on the film to do a widescreen version. I don't know why they didn't. It just depends. See, because Robert Meyer Burnett explained why. Because they considered doing, opening up the mat and doing Star Trek Next Generation in widescreen, but there's a problem. They have like crew and other crap on the side of the screen that wasn't never meant to be seen. So opening it up wouldn't do any good. Now, he did say if they're able to do something like this, that's a possibility. And now Fincher already did it in 7 recently for his new version of 7. There's a shot that he finished or fixed that he wasn't able to do, basically using the same kind of idea where it kind of finished off the rest of the shot for him or whatever. So like in little minor subtle things and subtle ways, I don't know if I necessarily have a problem with it, because I agree with you, Price. Like, it could probably fill out your widescreen TV, but we're getting to the point where it's getting so ahead and advanced that you'll end up having a setting like that on your TV in the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're watching something that is like cropped off or even like in widescreen and they have the letterbox, it's like, you know, like somebody like my dad would bitch that it still has black bars. Well, then he could probably press an AI button and it'll just fill out the screen with, a calculation of what was there. It can maybe calculate a scene before or after. But again, I don't know how you'd have to be able to do that. Maybe not through your television, but maybe through your player or your, Netflix or something like that.
If
Yeah.
nothing else, maybe like the streamers that have shown this, it'll
Right.
be easier for them to add this feature because the AI will work so efficiently and quickly.
Yes.
Maybe you have to have one of their employees look at it once just to make sure that it's not like ridiculous. But generally speaking, maybe they just, how today you can listen to it in English or in Chinese or whatever it is. So it's like you said, you'll have a button that it's like, do you want AI filling in? But I do think that they'll know what it fills in advance, because if you didn't know, what if it was suddenly like a dildo? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think it would do that. And that's where I've said, yeah, it has to be able to calculate. So if it can already like scan the movie real quick, right? So then in most cases, it'll be able to take a camera movement as long as it has the information there and just rebuild that information in at the top and the bottom or the left and the right, depending on what you're doing. But otherwise, then it's going to have to just figure out what would be there. And a lot of times it's just going to be, somebody's arm. You know what I mean? Like, you're right. You could get some weird things. I would be less worried about a dildo than I would be like just somebody's wacky arm with like 7 fingers going like this off to the side of the left of the screen for like 5 seconds. You know what I mean?
Or heaven forbid, 70s man with 2 penises. We don't need that. So no,
that
but
only happens when you're watching porn.
Hey, but the thing is what they're going to do. They're going to do it like they do on most devices, unless it's a simple routine, like I need you to remove the zit off my face or something like that. They're going to send it up to the cloud, and the cloud is going to amass all the information, and it's going to figure it out. That's how it's going to do it, especially with TVs. That even in 10 years, they're not going to have the well, who knows, maybe in 10 years, but generally you'd want to be able to get the sample size by sending it up to the cloud. So I could see that happening, but right now the nightmare fuel that AI thinks is going just to the left or just to the right, it ain't ready for prime time yet, but I could definitely see it happening.
Well, I guess that's what they kind of did for this, and I guess it worked. So I guess we're there.
Really?
Kind of. I've seen a few, I don't know if they have any examples in here, but like they have the shot. No, they don't have it here, but I've seen like the shot of Dorothy where she's like leaning on the fence singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and it like filled in the whole background of the farm around her.
I wonder how much AI it took to get the pills off the table in the background. So
well, basically though, all it did was take all the shots of the farm that it's already seen, right, and then just calculates what will be behind her in the space that's not being filled, because it's basically doing this complete, like, I don't know if it's like a mirror image or if it's a complete 360 image around or what, but however it works, like, I guess some people have already, like, it's supposed to open like next month, I think it is, or when is it? August, not next month, sorry, August. So I don't know. I've seen some images from it that look kind of impressive. I've seen somebody already do this with Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they took the widescreen version and they filled out the top and the bottom so it would fit on a phone. So they put it in the tall, and all it did was just add rocks and sky and stuff. But like, you know what I mean? It's just like, we're there. It's there. And you were talking about changing the voices. Well, we were already there years ago on that price, because I remember covering a story where, we're pretty much where we can watch a movie now and Jack Nicholson will do his own voice, or the AI will do it in Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Spanish, Italian, and it'll be his voice and no voice actor needed. And it'll even manipulate his lips to make it look like he's saying it in that language. The technology already exists.
Yeah, that technology already exists.
Yeah, so like
actually,
we're there.
YouTube promised that they would roll out a feature like that for people like us, but for now they only gave it to like Mr. Beast or something, where if he does a video, it'll automatically offer you in any language you want, and it'll be his voice, just like what you said. They're just offering it to like Mr. Beast and not to anybody else or something. Not that I'm like salty and mean to Mr. Beast, but I think it would be nice if they gave it to other people too.
well, they just gave it to him so he can appear human. All right, he's got to go one step forward. So
Well-
It's such a great feature. I'm so looking forward to having a feature like that. And at the end, like, you know, he doesn't need the views. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that was part of the reason why Midnight's Edge Espanol existed in the first place. Was we were originally going to do some of our videos in both languages, which we did, but they just weren't getting the same kind of traction. But if we had Andre's been wanting to do that for a while, where we could just do it with AI, right, and do it in several different languages, and that way we wouldn't have to deal with all the bullshit.
Well,
And
they're probably
I'm
giving
not-
it to Mr. Beast so that they can, you know, test it with the widest
Probably.
audience possible.
Most
I
likely, I
guess.
would imagine. Guinea
Wide
pig,
with a
basically.
D, not white, like me.
Of course, Mr. Beast, isn't he? Is he still in trouble, or is he back out of trouble? Who knows?
That shit
What did
blew
he
over
do?
after like 2 weeks. So my guess is there was no merit to it.
Okay.
no, I'll tell you what. I've looked
I
at
don't
his
even remember
numbers
the
at
whole
some
thing,
point.
6.
They're lower than they used to be. But with that being
Whose
said,
isn't,
they're
though?
higher than most other people's. So it's like instead of 200 million views or whatever on a video, it's like 150 million or something. It's like
Oh no!
he'll live. He'll live. You
Well, they're
know, he'll
watching
be
him on
okay.
Netflix now
Could
Yeah.
be, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was on Netflix.
because he's got
Check
a
it out.
reality show.
Oh, I
I think
think
it's
that's
on Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
Or
Oh, is it
Amazon.
Amazon? Oh, okay. All right. Well, Joe Pat 87 sent us in $1.99 to say, anyone here remember the 1995 movie House Arrest? Yes, that's the one with Jamie Lee Curtis and who was it that played in who was his husband
Fred
in it?
Savage.
Yes, Fred Savage.
Are you
I'm
making
trying to
fun of me?
remember. No.
This
Pollock,
is-
that's who it was. Kevin Pollock, yes.
Oh, okay.
I vaguely remember it. It was all right. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I doubt it. I don't know if it holds up. Like, it was a very kid kind of Home Alone, like reverse Home Alone kind of movie. I think Jennifer, you're right. I think younger Jennifer Love Hewitt was in it. Yeah. Now it's kind of ringing a bell. Yeah, I vaguely remember that one. Thank you for the reminder, Joe Pat. I'm not sure why you brought it up, but
Oh, I saw this one in the theater. I wanted
Yeah.
my money back. I did not like that one.
yeah, it was kind of like, Like I said, it was kind of like reverse Home Alone, where the kids kidnapped the parents and forced them to go into, because they were going to get a divorce. That's what it was. So the kids get the bright idea to lock them in the basement till they work their shit out, while the kids run the house upstairs.
I think he would have been better off like that scene in The Dark Knight where he's like, fight it out. You do just break a pool cue in half and give it to
We're gonna
mommy
have
and daddy.
tryouts.
Yeah,
Oh, I remember
we're gonna
that
have
movie.
tryouts. Yeah. That's about how it's going to end if they're about ready to get there. So that would have been more entertaining, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be a good movie to do for a watch party, Tom. Remember you used to do watch parties?
Yeah, I lost one of those. I accidentally deleted it.
Oh.
And I don't think I saved it. I saved the wrong one. I was like, oh, I got one saved here. Oh,
Was
the
it
wrong one.
Jaws? You haven't done Jaws yet, have
No,
you?
I haven't done Jaws yet, but I'll probably do that this summer because it's the 50th anniversary.
Totally should do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I should do those again. It's been a while.
Those are fun.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. I know it's a little early, but we didn't have much else to talk about, really.
All right, Rooney, let's go.
Let's go. All right,
All
Six,
my
what you got going
friends,
on?
Tom.
Nothing.
You gonna feed
Literally.
the cat?
I might retweet something on Twitter later.
That cat
That's
sounds
it.
like it wants food.
Yeah. Well, next weekend, not this coming weekend, next weekend, I'm going to be live streaming comparing different cat litters
Oh,
and their pros and cons.
you have a lot of topics for your first stream, it sounds like.
No, I just happened to glance down at my grocery list that says cat litter on it, and I'm just trying to come up with
Hey,
something.
maybe
I
somebody's
literally have
interested in
nothing. Maybe I'll show up on
that.
the morning show
Literally
tomorrow.
have nothing.
What'd you say?
Literally have nothing, like kitty litter.
Dummy, so funny.
I know I'm doing dad jokes. All right. Well, look forward to that. Nick, what you got going on? And D-Bud says Fresh Step is the best.
Love you, D-Bud.
Oh, let's see, Tom. I got Clubby's comic shop tomorrow night. We're back open for business, so we will talk comics and drink alcohol. And then Toxic Tuesday will take a skip week. But the week after, I'll be back with Rush Hour. But until then, We'll talk to Fanai Born again. Hopefully it's decent. It's 6 a landing. Also, my balls are huge. Thanks for having me, Tom.
Price, why did you cut in front of Nick? That's not nice.
Yeah, what can I do?
Anyhow,
Aren't you going to do Nick's voice?
yeah, what you got going on?
Some people say it's the worst impression ever. I don't
the
know how
best.
to deal. What'd you say?
It's the best.
It's the best?
Everybody loves it. Everybody who matters.
Well, Tom, I don't know if you're aware, but in 1914, one of the greatest Americans arrived in Ellis Island, and his name was Chef Boyardee. Now, if you're in the mood for some pasta, there's no better pasta than beefaroni. That's what I'm going to go eat now. So I'll see y'all on Toxic Tuesdays.
Beefaroni. It's what Nick eats.
Standing ovation.
I did not know where he was going with that Ellis Island thing.
The Quantum Leap stream later on and late nights.
Yeah.
With Price.
There's a Quantum Leap stream at 10 p.m. and then there's the Night Owl at 11:45 p.m. and that's on my live stream channel, Price of Reason Live. So if you're not already subscribed to that, you should do it right now.
Pricey Price has like 3-4 channels.
He does. And we got Mo. What you got coming up? I know Monday I'm gonna be hanging out with you, I think.
Yes, I'm so excited. Monday Hangover, we're going to be reviewing. Yes, one of my favorite, if not my favorite, film of all time. Because I think we're the same ages. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990. I love that movie. It doesn't get nearly enough respect. Excellent movie. 1.5 hours of pure bliss, and I can't wait to watch it again. I still haven't memorized, but I haven't seen it in a little while, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. But yeah, The Monday Hangover, and then a few other shows, but I'm heading to Vegas next week, so pretty much The Monday Hangover, and yeah, everything else is just gonna be gravy. So thanks for having me on.
Excelente. And yeah, so I just want to say Bill Hader does not get enough respect and love.
Oh God.
I kind of like him.
Sorry.
You know this?
I saw it.
Bill Hader, he I mean, he's worked in a lot of things you didn't even probably know. But this was funny. So first of all, if you don't know the boat sinks in Titanic, that's your own goddamn fault. Like seriously, like I mean, if you're that ignorant of history, then that's just on you. But Bill Hader says he got fired from a movie theater for spoiling the ending of Titanic to a group of girls that made fun of him. This is so savage. Because they were making fun of me and they said I looked like Charles Manson, which I kind of did. I had a little bow tie and a cummerbund, and I was like, "Hey guys, please move." And they were like, "No." So when they went in and I tore their tickets, I was like, "Enjoy the movie. The boat sinks at the end. Leo dies." And they were like, "No, he doesn't." I go, "Yeah, you think he's asleep, but he's frozen." That showed them.
That's funny. I don't even care if it's
South Park.
True or not. It's funny.
I didn't even know until like years later that he wrote for South Park.
Oh yeah, he was in the documentary where they went through an episode, the making of an episode. And he's just in the background, not saying anything.
Yeah.
Did you hear that the UK is going to do a SNL?
No, like their own SNL.
Yeah.
Wow, they already had one. It was called Monty Python. No,
yeah, like
seriously,
we have different senses of humors. I don't know how that's gonna.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the same. Who's the guy? SNL guy.
Lorne Michaels.
Lorne, yeah. He's doing it or in charge of it. Or
so it's like
I don't even know what the
like
word
an
is
actual SNL. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know what I think about that. I think Lorne Michaels is, I don't want to be mean, but he's not. He's not the revolutionary kind of guy that he used to be. Now he's just kind of Mr. Corporate media bullshit. And I
he's
think
like 108 years old.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he did what he did back in the day. I respect that, but I really think that this is a dumb idea, and I'm going to even be even more of a dick. I think he should retire, and I think maybe they need to shut down SNL in general because it's kind of shitty now, and it's nothing like it used to be.
Well, I mean, Canada had SCTV. We had SNL.
It had a nice
Brits had
run, you
Monty
know. It had a nice
Python.
run.
I mean, I don't see the because even Australia had one. I can't remember what it's called, but I think like Paul Hogan and some other guys came off of that show. And I'm trying to remember what it was. But like, yeah, it's kind of done. It's way out of date. You're right. Like it's such a novelty now. Like Saturday Night Live only exists just because I don't think they know what else they would do at Saturday at fucking 10:30.
But what can they even say on British television, a comedy? Like they can't do anything political, can they?
No,
not anymore.
They can't make fun of either side or however many sides the UK has. I guess they have one.
It'll never be as funny or biting as fucking Monty Python was back in the day. Hell no.
They'll get arrested.
No, never. And then of course later on we had, we've had many copies of it. Like I see people bringing up Friday's Chappelle Show. Of course you had Mad TV and In Living Color and all sorts of different kinds in the US. But I mean,
I'd like to see like season 25 of Are You Being Served? That is epic, amazing, awesome British comedy.
Jesus Davila gifted a membership. Thank you for that, Jesus. And then Joe Pat sends in $1.99 to say Bentley is also shutting down apparently. Or Bent Key, not Bentley.
They just started up.
Yeah, didn't they just start up? Well, isn't that whole thing kind of imploding over there right now?
Daily Wire.
Yeah.
The worst name ever, by the way. Anyways.
Starting with their Snow White failure.
Yeah, Bent Key sounds like you're locking something in so it can never get out.
Sarah Connor in Terminator 2. Bent Key.
Yeah.
Keep the guy in the room.
I think it sounds gay.
Broke the key. Yeah.
Well, probably because it is gay. They did that to themselves. So I there's a few outliers, guys at the company I respect, but the bulk of them, you just realize they're just a bunch of inauthentic hacks. So fuck that shit.
Pilgrim Media collects everything that Monty Python has done. I think I have a lot of it, but I don't know if I have all of it. I've got like the series, I've got their movies. I don't have, and now for something completely different, I need that one. And I've got like one or two of their concerts. What? What, Six?
I said, I bet you have it.
No, I don't actually.
You really ought to make a video with a tour of your collection. Tom sent me a video once of it, and this was like 3-4 years ago.
Oh, you don't have no idea.
It was huge, impressively huge.
That's what she said.
Go on.
Jason Webster says, finally, after all these years of dragging the chain, there will be a best stunt choreography category at the Academy Awards. Yes, we covered this at the top of the show, Jason. Check it out if you missed it. And thank you for being here and your support as always. We appreciate that. And with that, I'm done dragging the show out, but you guys have been very generous. So we're going to say good night and take care of yourselves and each other. See you. Cute kitty. Available now for the first time ever on DVD from Midnight's Edge After Dark Productions. It's My Two Dads, the complete first season starring Mexican Iron Man Tom Connors and Culture Casino. Available now for $19.99 while supplies last.